All right. You're listening to podcast of Hope Tabros. Today we have invite the online class. I'm gonna start teaching online class for Chinese, and we have another teacher. Her name is Anthony. He's our teacher, so we're gonna invite him shortly to join us. A couple of things we're gonna mention is we have a news lately in our local area. The Concord Diner restaurant is being here pretty long time, over 30 or 40 years. Just have a fire early in the morning at from 5, and we just drive by, and everything's to turn to the ash. So hopefully they will recover or build another restaurant or some other revenue for them. Hopefully they will be okay, and wish them the best. Mention about the Together Learn Chinese for the online class. Gonna come in pretty soon. We'll give you more updated. And the PPP and IDOL round 2 is start ready. So be interesting. And if you have a IDOL advanced last year, you will have to wait for SBA to contact you if you're able to qualify for the round 2, because you need to meet with the 2 criteria. One will be the internal revenue. You are in a low income community, and second one, you have to be 30% revenue loss. So these 2 will be a criteria if you can be qualified for the round 2. And 30 will be our single club promotion for the Valentine. How you met your husband, how you met your wife. Call us for more information you want to share with us, or you want to send in some message to your loved one. And our website is obogassi.wordpress.com, and my phone number is 919-793-3078. And our website, obogassimanagement@gmail.com. Let's welcome Anthony. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Are
I'm
you
good.
excited?
How are
Yeah.
you?
Are you excited to join
I'm
another classroom? Oh, Jason, I just see you
absolutely.
now. Jason just come
Uh,
in.
uh, oh, good, good. Absolutely. I
Hey.
mean, I'm always excited about that. So,
Okay, that's good. So Anthony is being on board for the art teacher, and he gonna share with us about his class. And Jason is another music magic. We're gonna have him to share us as well. So Anthony come first. So let's have Anthony to have a mention about his class and what kind of student he's looking for. Anthony, go ahead.
okay. So, thank you again, Stephanie, for
Mhm.
inviting me. It's very appreciated, and thank you all for tuning in and uh, learning about my classes that I'm going to be
Mhm.
teaching here shortly online.
Mhm.
But my classes are pretty much catered for adults at the moment,
Mhm.
and basically right now I'll be teaching painting classes, which the medium will be acrylics. At some point we may jump into watercolors, but for right now we're going to be teaching kind of beginners acrylic classes, and they'll be about 1 hour classes, and I'll walk you. I normally, when I teach, I do everything with the students.
So is that be
So
a
I walk
beginner
them step by.
class? So to be beginner, like
It's going to be a
whoever.
beginner. It's
This is
Yeah,
not
yeah. It's going to be a beginner class.
prerequisite. Like they don't have to be an artist to become in class first. So be
No,
like
they don't.
anything
They
they're
don't have to be
interested
an
in. I
artist.
see. Okay.
Right. They don't have to be an artist. They don't have to ever picked up a paintbrush, which is pretty much what the class is going to be catered for. It's
Mhm.
like if you've never picked up a paintbrush, if you never
Mhm.
played around with acrylic paints or even picked up a canvas board, this is what this class is catered for, where I'm
Mhm.
going to be pretty much like teaching you like from phase one, like baby steps.
Okay. Okay. So
So
is anything who's
yeah.
interesting, adult student who's interesting to paint a wall is, I think, different from the painting, right? The paint your walls kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? Painting like a painting, not a painting, right? Not
Right,
like a
right, right.
construction painting, I'm saying. Because
Right, right.
yeah, because
This
one of the I work for one painting company. He's a musician. He also a
okay.
painter. See, he said if you can paint, if you're an artist kind of paint, you can paint a house. That's what he said. You'll be paint very good because you gotta used to it. You gotta have that
Yeah,
sense of a
yeah,
painting
yeah. If
skill.
I could say, like, for a little bit about my background, Stephanie,
Uh-huh.
I've been painting for over 40 years.
Okay.
So, and I've taught like kids and adults,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, this is, pretty much what I'll be teaching is like, most adults, that I get, they want to learn how to paint like landscapes and
Mm-hmm.
like the sky and trees and maybe some different things that's in the landscape, like
Mm-hmm.
rocks or things like that. So I kind of teach like those kind of things, like it's going to be pretty much like foundation kind of teaching. So yeah, it won't be anything like intense to where, you have to be very detailed and all that,
Mm-hmm.
but these will be pretty, kind of ABC simple
Oh,
steps
okay.
to where you can, I mean, but they'll be very effective steps to where,
Mm-hmm.
you actually come out, creating very realistic, images in your painting. So
That's
yeah.
good. All right, let's let Ja'son introduce himself. Hi, Ja'son. Can you hear us? I cannot hear. I cannot hear you. Your mic. We are, we are waiting for him to pick up the mic voice. Okay. He's a professional, so
Okay.
let's wait for him to echo it. Okay. I still cannot hear you.
Okay, 1 second. Can you
Okay.
hear
Yeah,
me
I can
now?
hear you now. Yeah, okay, good.
Awesome. Very good. Hello, my name is Ja'son Manwill. Nice to meet all you.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
felt like
Nice
a
to meet you.
DJ time.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah, I
boom,
know.
boom,
And
boom.
I also asked him to play one our Chinese famous song, which is just a word for the movie called 刻在我心里的名字. Hopefully he can play us a little bit later on for the play time. So tell us about your class and your production. You
Sure.
want to share? Yeah.
So just to let everybody know, basically since 2006, I've been a transformational trainer, speaker, trainer, traveled all over the world before COVID, of course, and teaching people and students how to make $1.1 million from the stage in 45 minutes.
Okay. All right. More like a more motivation
Wow.
kind of speech.
Yeah. So
Wow.
basically, no matter what product and service, right? No matter what product and service, no matter what stage,
Mhm.
basically, I teach 6 simple steps to train, engage, and transform any audience, guaranteed.
Okay. All right. So nothing about the music though. So the music part is just additional to it. Because I want to
Yeah.
mention about Ja'son is because he has won music award for the song, which is called Mother, right? Did I get it correctly?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I was kind of impressed about his website and all that. Then you can go link to it and check it out. And this is something completely different. This is our online classroom. So we have 2 teachers here, including me. So be 3 teachers here, teaching language, Chinese, and teaching art, teaching speech, right? The public
Ah,
speech, and making $1 million. I think you should go to our, in our radio show, we have one class called Million Mind Setting. This is every
okay.
Monday,
Sure.
once a month. I can introduce you to go there, and then they use inspire them, they inspire you. I think that would be tremendously
Absolutely.
interesting. Yeah, because you start with 1 million, because I have a goal for reaching 1 million single. So 2 of you is not single. So you will let's squeeze you out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, so how is you two can work together? What do you think about Anthony? What do you think about the Ja'son approach? When you mentioned about the $1 million thing, I haven't
I mean,
down for that.
it sounds like, I mean, so like he's a motivational, like he speaks motivational words to people. And for my class, with it being like a beginner's class, I
Mhm,
think that, anytime, especially when they're beginning students, especially with painting,
mhm,
you get a little bit nervous, you have a little bit of fear. And I've seen this many times where,
mhm,
someone that's just starting out, they pick up the paintbrush, but they put like just a little bit of paint on there and they need more paint, or they're a little bit, you could see the paintbrush kind of a little shaky.
uh-huh,
So I think if maybe he could, Ja'son could, I think we could work together as far as like given a little bit of a motivational kind of
Yeah,
boost,
right. Yeah, why don't
you
you come
know,
in like, we have a Zoom time. You say your class is 1 hour, right? Why don't you have 5 minutes for
yeah,
Jason's time? And then Jason, you
yeah.
can have your motivation speech beginning for Anthony, like 5 minutes for Anthony to pen. So we
I
can
mean, I don't know
Sure.
if
Yeah,
buzz your
yeah.
audience.
Jason's ever like done something like that before, but I think that that's, something that could, pretty much work. So
Yeah.
yeah, at the very beginning, especially at the beginning of a class. So,
Yeah, I think
Sure.
that'll be like before the starting class. You'll be like, first class will be like an introduction. Like I'm gonna make up
yeah.
everybody's name in Chinese, so it's just like
Hmm.
the time for the motivation speech. And like, yeah, 5
Right.
minutes you can learn Chinese.
Or like some of my classes that are advertised on the website, I've made like a couple like 1 minute or less introductory kind of videos,
Right.
like YouTube videos,
Mhm.
and maybe he could like roll something into
Yeah.
a video and pop it. And I don't know if that's
Yeah, and
something
I
that
can
that we
translate
could
for
do,
you
but
in Chinese.
yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
Most
And
of
I
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hey,
module marketing here.
Yeah,
question for you, Tony, just real quick. Do you have any
yeah.
deaf or hard of hearing students that come to your classes?
Ah.
I haven't had those come to my. I have had like a couple. I've dealt with kids like around 10 to 12 years old where they may have had a little bit of like slow learning abilities like that,
Okay.
but and I've kind of dealt with them as far as in like my art classes, but for hearing, never experienced like or work with kids or adults with that.
Okay, because I just wanted to mention I've been a volunteer with the deaf and the hard of hearing for 10 years,
Mhm.
and I
Mm,
can tell you that they love to paint. They love, love to paint. Some don't know how to paint, of course, but they love
mm,
just
mm.
because they're all kinesthetic because the hearing is gone, right? So they're visual and
Right.
kinesthetic. So they're fast learners. They duplicate very easy. And secondly, because they get to hold a brush, oh my goodness, like you ever seen somebody try to paint while they're signing with one hand? It's incredible.
Mm.
Like it's just
I
it's
mean, I could see that because I could see the enjoyment behind that. Like it could be very. I mean, art itself. I think fine art
Mhm.
itself, whether you're deaf or not, I think it's just naturally therapeutic.
Mm.
But with having someone that's like hearing impaired and all that, I think it's just even more therapeutic. And I could see, I could just visualize like having like a student in a painting class,
Mm.
particularly a painting class, and I could see them picking up a book because like I said, my classes prior to the COVID, I would like literally stand up in front of everyone, and
Mm.
everything that I teach, I do everything step by step so that they can visually actually see
Mhm.
mm.
the painting come together. And I
I
think
want to
that
ask you about
that
question.
just
Do you guys
grabs
know how to
that
using
really
a
grabs them.
whiteboard? Did anybody know how to use a Zoom whiteboard?
I know how to use a
I've
whiteboard.
never.
Anthony, you need to use a Zoom whiteboard. That's the reason for pen, because they can like intimidate what you draw, and then they can copy
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
You familiar
Okay,
with
I
that
see.
whiteboard thing? I'll send you the
I've,
link.
I've
I just
okay,
learned,
okay,
so I'll send you the link because you'll be fun and
sure,
you can control
great.
who draw. Yeah.
I mean, I've run into other instructors that are with this COVID thing going on. I've run
Right.
into other instructors that are teaching online,
Hmm.
and they've had these issues where doing like signage and things like that because especially kids, they like to see like visuals. So I
Yeah, of
think the
course.
whiteboard
Right.
would
Yeah.
be
Right. Hmm.
would be great. And I've been
Yeah.
trying to like create like different like visuals myself. But yeah, it's I think the whiteboard would really
Yeah, whiteboard will
really
be really
you know
good. And we can
mm,
demonstrate. Jason, do you have ability to demonstrate today or no? We kind of, because my time is only 30 minutes, so we might
Yeah.
cut off. But
No,
if
I
we can,
don't have the ability to do it right now, but I could do it later. Can you send me the link as well? If it's
yeah. Oh,
because I have two
you
different
don't have a
links.
link either?
No.
Okay. All right. I'll send both of you. Then we can demonstrate together because my class needs whiteboard, and I think Anthony need too. And do
Yeah.
you need a whiteboard too?
Well, what I'm actually doing is I actually use flip charts. So I actually
Ah,
do it in real time with a flip chart.
oh, okay. I think
yeah.
whiteboard
I
will
mean,
be
but
easier.
would you have to have like a certain account through Zoom to have the whiteboard
No,
though?
whiteboard you don't need to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
it's just a regular.
I
Because
just know like
you
in
say your
Zoom, do
class
you
is
have
1
like certain,
hour. How can you do a basic account with 1 hour? You have to do upgrade account to be a 1 hour. You do know that, right? We are going to do classroom teaching right now.
no, I think Zoom is now offering like 1 hour up to 1 hour classes. They've been
Oh,
doing that
classes,
for like,
okay.
yeah, like for
Yeah.
free accounts for the last 2 or 3 weeks because I think just because of the COVID thing that's been going on, and they've had like, you know, an overwhelming amount of people that have
Could
come
be
on to
different
Zoom.
because all the meeting is only
Yeah.
40 minutes got cut off.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had to
I
come
was
back if we
doing the 40
finish that.
minutes. I was
Okay.
doing the 40 minutes, and then I got an email or something, and from Zoom, and they said that you know, they were pushing it to like 1 hour because of something like the COVID, and they had like an overwhelming
I think
response.
Tobin
I
would
think just out of general.
yeah, Tobin will be, you know, give us more information later on. But I think that will be taken care of. Yeah, I think whiteboard will be a very good tool for all the teaching skill
I agree.
for that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
good. So so since we all gonna have a class pretty soon, let's just talking about what's your teaching technique, you know, like more like how your class gonna be about, you know, like how you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe like give me like a 1 minute teaching sample. I think that'd be good practice, right? Who
Mm.
on first?
Well, I mean, I'm right now. I'm not like
No,
in my area where I actually
look at
teach.
like us. We'll be a teacher. We'll be a student for one night, like 1 minute. Jason, you
Well,
out,
I
right?
mean,
Yeah, so we
I
would
have
kind
like,
of like give you the idea how your teaching technique will be like. Yeah, you know, like simultaneously without practice.
well, on the actual website, I have like 9 or 10 different classes that I'm going to be
Okay.
teaching, and they're
Doesn't
all going to
matter.
be
Just
like
1 minute. You think we are your student now. This is your first day.
it's kind of difficult because I don't have my actual
My tool.
tools or my brushes or my canvas or anything like that to kind of showcase anything. But
Oh, for me, it's
I,
very easy. I'll
I
just
mean,
say,
in
yeah,
the beginning, I would do like an
right.
introductory to let like the students know exactly if they haven't read like the introductory side of things on the actual website.
Right.
And then, for instance, if I was teaching like my, let's see here, which
We only have
class
60
here?
minutes left. So anyway, I'm gonna
Oh,
we're gonna go back to our favorite Valentine promote. You're listening over guys from Hope Towers. We're gonna have them to share us about what they're gonna do with their Valentine. So I'll give you each 1 minute to talk about it. How do you make
how
your
about
significant other? How you gonna plan your Valentine this year? Very easy. 1 minute. Who wanna go first? Who
Okay,
has
I'll go. So, okay, so I met so my significant person, basically I met her.
Can
We
you
were
mention like a nickname? Doesn't have to be a
yeah.
real name.
Okay, Jess. So I met Jess and we were actually roommates, but I was
Oh.
actually going out at the time with another person that was actually owning the house, right? So basically she came in to help the house. I didn't even know she was looking at me. Like I had no idea, right? So like I'm traveling, going this and that, playing piano shows, doing other stuff in business. I had no idea she was even interested in me until she said, "Hey, I like you." Right. That was the first time I even had no idea. Right. But, and the funny thing is about Valentine's Day.
That's kind of like my story. Like I
Okay.
had no
Let
idea
you
either.
finish first.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, like, here's the thing. So if you're going out to look for your perfect person, right, whatever that might be, what you really need to do is you got to have confidence. You got to have confidence, and you got to have the ability to say, okay, this is what's needed and wanted. This is what I'm going for. If you know what's needed and wanted, then you can find that person that meets that specifications. If you don't know what's needed and wanted and you have no idea where you're going, there's no way you're going to find them.
Okay. So how are you gonna plan your Valentine?
How am I going to plan?
Me?
Yeah.
You mean next month?
Your Valentine.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So basically, I have an EP coming out on close to Valentine's Day, which is 5 songs, which are brand new in 2021.
Oh.
And all that together including custom Valentine's Day songs, right? So most of the time on Valentine's Day, I'm slammed, I'm busy because I'm writing custom songs for couples and Valentine's Day, right? So usually Valentine's Day just passes me by and it's just like a working day. But this one's going to be a little bit special because for the first time I have somebody in my life. I just can't tell you what it is because she's standing right behind me.
Okay.
And she's listening.
You can't believe, yeah, you can't blow that one. Wow.
All right. Okay. Right. Next, you. You only have 3 minutes left. Go ahead. How do you make your significant others?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I met my significant other from a person which is now a friend of mine that was a client of mine, and I actually started doing work for her website because I have a background doing websites and all that as well.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been doing that for like 15 years. But I met my significant other through her, and and when we finally met and we started talking and all, comes to find out my story is a little bit similar to Ja'son, is that I didn't know that my significant other was actually like liking me for like over 2 years. And I
Whoa,
was,
that's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
and and still today we have like a that kind of memory comes back up and comes back up to our conversation. We just kind of chuckle about it. But I'm still I still get like in shock when I think about that. And like wow. But yeah,
Wow.
so I met her through like a customer of mine who became a friend, and I started doing work for her, and then she introduced me. We went out, and our first date was like at a Starbucks. We had the coffee thing, and things just kind of went on from there.
That's great. So what is you gonna do with your Valentine?
For Valentine's, I always like to throw in something creative, and I'm very I like to.
She's not behind you, right?
She's not behind me. She's not behind me. She's not behind me. So I always I like to be like always have like a surprise for her. So I don't like I always try to throw it off and never give like any hint. So this Valentine's I'm going to be a little bit more. I'm going to kind of step up the ladder a little bit, take an extra step and do a little bit craft creating, create some some hearts and things like that. Or
so none of you gonna propose at the Valentine yet, right? None of you.
That would be a no. No.
She's right now she's already my fiance. So
okay. So it's already passing the proposing time.
Right. We already call each other like husband and wife. That that already. So it's just a matter of time. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So Ja'son, are you able to play that song? 'Cause在我心里的名字. Are you able to play that song?
No.
No? Okay, that's fine. So I don't know, we normally get cut off because that's how it is for the 30 minutes. So
okay.
Because you guys are late for like 5 minutes, right? So
I know. Yeah. Sorry.
So that's fine. So I'll send you a whiteboard link, and I want to practice together. So what's the best time for both of you? Every Wednesday, you say?
Yeah, Wednesday works for me. Good. Past this week, Wednesday works good. Yep.
How about Anthony? Wednesday good for you?
Well, I mean, with the classes coming up soon, which the majority of my classes will be in the evening time.
Right. We don't know when our class is gonna start yet, and you have not even get a notice, so we don't know when.
Yeah, but right now I already know that most of my classes will be around in the evening. They'll start in the evenings, like
what
around
time? What next week or
6:15, 6:30.
When did you start?
Well, whenever they launch, I guess
Okay,
then my classes
we don't know
will.
anything yet until.
Yeah, we don't know anything yet,
Yeah.
but I would say tentatively at this point, this is still a good time.
Okay, so,
So,
next
I mean,
Wednesday,
will we
7
still do
o'clock,
like
we'll
the?
practice on the whiteboard.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
so I'll send you the link and you'll be able to use a whiteboard. So I gonna go back and memorize again because I have just tried it. So yeah, and then you say you have done it before, right?
Yeah,
You
I've done
said you
it
know
before.
you
Yeah.
have done the whiteboard before. Okay, then I think we will be able to share screen and all that. So you'll be able to show us. All right, so I will talk to you guys on next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and for the
Perfect.
whiteboard practice. All right, thank you for listening and thank you for coming. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, Stephanie.
All right.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you,
you, Tony.
Stephanie.
So bye-bye.
All right. You
See you
too,
soon.
Ja'son. All right. Thanks, Stephanie.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.